Hi, everybody.
Hey, sawadee.
Welcome to Relax Time Radio. You're here with Lily and I, Paul. We're here for the Sunday Jazz, Blues, and Soul Show. We're still recording it a day early on Saturday. Hopefully, we'll be allowed back into the studio soon. Okay, so we have, of course, a lot of music for you. What was that, Lily?
Mm-hmm.
You sent me some songs
Yeah, I
already.
wanted. Yes. Yeah, you got them. I just remembered something. Tomorrow there'll be there's a solar eclipse, the Ring of Fire solar eclipse,
Oh, cool.
which we can see from Chiang Mai too. I'm just going to Google for the article I saw. It's I think around 1 o'clock or some 1:30 to about 3 hours. You can see. I mean, but don't look directly with your naked eye, or not even with sunglasses. Apparently,
Okay.
it's just not safe. So I'm thinking you use a bowl of water and try to catch the reflection. Maybe I think it's been done before. Should
Yeah.
try that.
I guess if anyone's a welder and has welding glasses, that would be all right.
Oh yes. Yeah, that should help.
Not many of us have welding glasses, of course. Yeah.
Oh, I did buy a pair of those clear glasses from a hardware shop here just for night riding.
I'm not advising this. I've no idea if this is safe or not, but I remember being a kid and watching an eclipse in England, and I put like 3 different sunglasses on at once. That was all right. It felt all right. I can't tell whether it was dangerous or not, but it felt all right.
Yeah, you're all right now. You don't need you no problem with your eyesight.
No problem.
Okay, so that work. Yeah, so apparently just before 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Sorry, I just jumped to the solar eclipse.
No. Yeah, that's great.
Excited.
That's great. I'd like to. Yeah, we'll catch that for sure. Okay, what else do we have? There was a news story you had about weddings being allowed again. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, I lost it. I'll find it. Because the Thai government has been easing on various activities every week now.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I think it was yesterday, there was the news that now ordinations, like to be monk, for into the temple and things, and marriage gatherings are allowed again. But of course, there are some rules that people have to have. Let me see, I'm just looking for the article. Yep. So for COVID Situation Administration, CCSA in Thailand, has allowed the reopening of activities for marriage service and ordinations. The host has to open, the Thai Chana app for people to check in and check out.
Okay.
And not just that, there are 5 key ways the government suggests that celebrations follow social physical distancing, at least 1.5 meters, I believe, or 2. Wear face, frequently wash hands. And crowd, which people tend to do when you're in joyous situations, so you tend to crowd. So, but try to stay apart and keep the location clean.
Yeah, I've been using the the QR codes, scanning in and out of places quite a lot. It's very easy once you get used to it. At first, I was forgetting to check out. At first, I was forgetting to check out of places, so I had to go back to a couple of places.
Yeah, I just signed in. I mean, everyone has also you can just fill up the form. If you don't have data or your data on your phone, you can just sign in and clean your hands after that. After you sign in, that's it. I mean, I think people here has been good, and the stores here have all been, pretty cooperative with everyone. Has got these hand sanitizer entrances, and after you pay for cashier counter. So I'm happy, and that's why Thailand, I guess, has been able to keep the numbers low or zero in Chiang Mai for the last 28 days, I believe.
Right, and there was one case that it wasn't quite clear whether. There was one case that
was tested positive.
Yeah, positive
think.
and then later negative. Yeah, not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is our topic of the day today?
Last week we talked about life hacks that didn't work. So today, we thought it will be fun to present some, useless, so-called useless facts or information that,
Mhm.
they're just for fun. They don't may not make your life better. They're not life hacks or anything, but they're fun.
This is right up my street because when I was a kid, I was obsessed about these kind of facts. I used to get the Guinness Book of Records every year. When I was really young, my parents would buy me the Guinness Book of Records, a new one for Christmas or a birthday.
Yeah.
And so I love useless facts. It's my favorite thing. So I've been you sent me that web page, and I've been looking through it and picking out some of my favorite ones. Okay. So yeah, apart from that, we'll just be playing lots of great music. You sent me some really good ones, LiLi, including Nina Simone and Lauryn Hill, Macy Gray featuring Erykah Badu, some Candace Springs.
Yeah, love them.
Some Christone Ingram. So lots of great music coming up for you. Other than that, me and LiLi, we're just gonna share some useless facts. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, so
yeah, me too.
Well, what are your favorite ones? You sent like that site had 100. What did you pick out your favorite ones?
Well, so I didn't quite, but okay. The first thing was the numbers. You don't think about numbers a lot except when you need to use them or you're studying maths.
Yeah.
The maths. But did you know that no number from 1 to 999 has the letter A in its word form, unless you're excluding and like 101, excluding that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, every number by 30, 20, 40, 50, 60, there's no up to 999. You don't find A in between.
In the spelling of in the English spelling of the
spelling
numbers.
of word. Yeah.
Okay, that's a fantastically useless fact.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, completely. But you hit 1,000 and obviously there's an A, then I don't know. Somebody just spent time thinking about this or working this out.
Yeah. Should we just trade? You do one, I do one, and we'll do it like that. Okay.
Okay.
The first one I thought, I'm not sure that this is actually totally useless because, you judge for yourself. So you're apparently, according to Swiss mortality statistics from 1969 to 2008, you are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Well, I can think of good reasons for that. People probably go out and party and get wild and, so that actually could be a useful fact. You might think to yourself, okay, I'm going to try not to die this year.
I found that a bit morbid. So
it's a bit morbid, yeah. Sorry for picking that one. The rest of mine are much more fun. The rest are much more fun, but I couldn't help passing that one. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Yeah. The other one was maybe I'm a bit obsessed with numbers these few days. The die. If you pick up a dice, did you know that the opposite sides are like 1 on and opposite side 6, 1 and 6, for example, spells add up to 7. What I'm trying to say that the opposite sides of the cube add up to 7.
I did know that. I did know that. Yeah.
Oh, did you? I was looking for a dice. I don't have one at home, unfortunately. Otherwise, I was just gonna test it. But apparently, the side where there's a 1, there's a 6, so it's 7, and then the other side is 2 and 5. Again, 7.
Yeah, and 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be something that might affect the way you use the dice. Then.
It does. It affects games like is it Baccarat and Roulette? Baccarat, yeah. So games like Baccarat, the rules of the betting and the numbers that can come up, that affects it does affect games. So I think I forget, is 7 a losing score? I haven't actually played Baccarat really, but
I haven't either. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it will affect things like games for sure, definitely.
Apparently, there's a whole article in the Guardian newspapers and online about this number, this fact, this useless fact, but I guess I find it useful. It's a long article. It's too mathematical. Something about the law of physics. Apparently, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I tell you what, I was going to read something else, but since you're into numbers, I'm going to tell you. Since you're into numbers, I'm going to tell you something else that you're going to really love.
What?
So this is the numbers one. This is not from the site that you sent me. So
okay.
This is a funny thing to read out over the radio. It's more something to see written down. But let's listen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 times 1 times 9 equals 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Hang on a sec. How many numbers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So okay, so it equals the number that is 9 ones, right?
Oh, really?
So well, just a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. No 8 times 1 times 9 equals, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 ones. Okay. But then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 times 2 times 9 equals 9 twos.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 times 3 times 9 equals 9 threes.
3 threes.
And it's the same all the way up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 times 9 equals 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
Oh, that's fun to know. I don't know what I would do with it, but that's fun.
Okay, so that's for number nuts. Okay, your turn.
That's fun. Sounds like some math genius might know something useful to do with that.
Yeah.
I like this one. Playing dance music can help ward mosquitoes.
Oh, that was I was going to read that one next. Okay, you stole my one. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I like that.
I found that useful. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So apparently playing electronic dance music or EDM could be just what you need to scare away those pesky mosquitoes. I'm going to try it. I haven't tried it yet.
That website was claiming that it's because of the music, but I think it's much more likely it's because people are moving too fast and the mosquitoes can't get us. Don't you think?
Yeah, yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
that could be a possibility.
What I've noticed is the worst thing you can do anywhere, and it's like common in the world these days for getting bit by mosquitoes, is to be like on your phone. Because when you're on your phone, you're like totally still, and your hand's barely moving. Just maybe your thumb is moving. And I always get bitten by mosquitoes when I'm lost in my phone.
See, that could be another study now.
Yeah.
You study people lost on their phones, and if mosquitoes bite you.
I think probably I would guess that they do.
Yeah, because you're still. I mean, that's what they go for, right? They still don't think.
Okay.
Yours?
Yeah, my turn. This is a really cool one. I'd never realized. It's an English word one. Dreamt. So the past tense of dream. Dreamt is the only word in the English language that ends with MT. That's kind of surprising, but there you go. That's amazing.
Yeah, probably. Now I can't think of any other that would end with the M.
Well, someone can tell us if that one's wrong. But
that's true. MT, but this is in English, English, not American English. I don't know if they spell it the other way with the ED.
I don't know too.
Well, that doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I tried to think about. I can't think of any other word that might end with M.
I can't think of any.
Okay, the other one is the metal studs on your jeans apparently have a name and a purpose. I thought they were just for show,
Yeah, me too.
Apparently those studs, on the little pockets you have these metal things. Let's see. Apparently they are rivets. They are placed on certain spots to add extra support where the denim is more likely to wear out or rip.
Right.
So
So they're actually
keeps
making the
it
jeans stronger.
holds you together. Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay. Here's one. I got this one. Is like my friend. I have a friend, Cole. He lives here, and he knows the names of like groups of many different kinds of animals. And this one I'd never heard before. But you know, because for example, like everybody knows a pride of lions.
Yep.
What else?
The group, the collective noun.
Yeah, collective nouns for groups of animals. So there's a flock of birds. I forget what's the one of penguins.
The crow is something. I like the crow one. I think
a murder of crows.
Murder of
yeah,
crows.
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's so great.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So, what's a group of hippos? Did you see it?
No.
No. Okay, so a group of hippos is called a bloat of hippos.
I don't know who came up, but it's great.
There's a really good one for flamingos. Let me just see.
Okay.
If I can find one. I forget what it's called. So.
That's so amazing.
Oh, right. That's amazing. So this is really amazing. So the collective noun for a gathering of flamingos is a flamboyance. A flamboyance of flamingos.
Oh, wow. No, it's true. Wow.
I know, they're pretty, yeah.
How accurate.
And there's so many good ones. There's so many more good ones for this. I advise anybody to look up the collective nouns for groups of animals. It's like it's very entertaining.
Maybe we could do that for the next show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun collective.
Yeah, I think we could do a whole show on just that because there's so many animals. Yeah.
I know. It's fun. Okay, love that. I can't pronounce this, but if you open your eyes in a pitch black room, the color you see is it sounds German, European. Or Egon growl. Go into the darkest room that you can find where there's no light at all, and you spend a few minutes with your eyes closed. Then open them up and look around. You expect to be seeing pitch darkness, right, when you open your eyes, but actually you'll notice you see a sort of dark gray shade, and that color is called Egon, I think. IGENGRAU.
All right. I saw that one. I'd never heard of it. Yeah.
That's probably named after the person who thought of it.
Okay, here's one that I think I've experienced because in Thailand, beards are not all that common. And I think when I had more of a beard, I think I sometimes experienced pogonophobia. Pogonophobia is a fear of beards. I think there's somewhat of a fear of beards in Thailand because they're not that common. Although they're getting more common. They're more common now. I think when I first came here, they were like really uncommon, and now they've become a little bit more common.
I wonder why that is. Maybe they're just a bit too hairy.
I don't know.
But goatees are the norm. Maybe beard. I mean, a full beard. You mean, or just any facial hair?
I'm not sure. I think it may be many different kinds. Okay,
my next one, I think, good. Everyone will love this. If you want to be rich, it's possible. So apparently, it's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Think about that. I mean, I love eating peanut butter, but but apparently the scientist Dan Frost in Germany, he did something different with his peanut butter. He studied the conditions of Earth's mantle and found ways to them in his lab. So according to the BBC, no less, the high pressures of the mantle can strip oxygen from the carbon side and leave behind the carbon to form a diamond. And since peanut butter is already rich in carbon, Frost was able to transform the nutty goodness into shiny jewel. It doesn't say if it lasts or not, or you just eat and it's gone.
It sounds like you need equipment that's so expensive you need a few diamonds to buy it, though. That's one thing I can foresee with this.
Okay, well,
Sounds like you might need some pretty expensive equipment.
good fantasy though.
Mm.
And yours next.
Okay, my next one is, well, here's the numbers one as again. So I never knew this
Okay.
because the English people, I don't know if like the word jiffy is used in other countries as well, but in England, I'll be back in a jiffy means I'll be back in a very short time, or a jiffy is just a short time. But apparently, a jiffy is actually a length of time that has a particular measurement. So sometime during the late 18th or early 19th centuries, scientist Gilbert Newton Lewis defined a jiffy as the amount of time it takes light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum. So that's about a trillionth of a second, 33.4 picoseconds, or 1 trillionth of a second. That's a jiffy. So I always thought a jiffy was just some random, like I'll be back. Yeah, a moment. I'll be back in a moment or something. But no, a jiffy is 33.4 picoseconds, a trillionth of a second.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So if next time someone tells you I'll be back in a jiffy, don't believe them.
yeah. It's like okay, what 33 point? How many seconds?
1 trillionth of a second.
Of a second.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. My next one, I think boys will like this better. The adult spends more time on the toilet than they do exercising.
That's a sad fact. That's a sad fact about modern society, I fear. But yeah, I'm scared that it might be true for me.
So you spend an average of 3 hours, 9 minutes apparently on the toilet each week. Okay. But only 1 hour and 30 minutes exercising.
I don't spend that much time on the toilet. I don't think so. No, I don't believe it.
So maybe it's one reason why we should all go back to the gym.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay, next. Well, this is a similar one, but it's not as disgusting, maybe. The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. So I guess looking for the remote control in the back, under the couch, in the cushions, or looking for, stuff they can't find. 2.5 days.
How did they measure that?
I don't know. They probably they probably had
questions.
to like do it. Well, they probably had to sort of monitor people for a week. And if you monitor like a group of people for a week, you probably can extrapolate out for a year, probably.
Yeah. Okay. I don't play golf. I don't care about golf. How about this food? You know how they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but apparently, you eat too many apple seeds. It might not be a good thing. Apple seeds contain cyanide. Black seed.
Sorry.
But why would you eat the apple seeds?
No, you don't. I mean, my parents told me this when I was a kid. I thought that's fairly common knowledge, at least in places where apples are grown.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Apple seeds contain cyanide, so you don't eat them. Great.
Oh.
But a funny thing about grape seeds, though, is when I was young, I was told not to eat grape seeds. But now it turns out that the science says that grape seeds are incredibly healthy.
Oh, really?
So you can eat grape seeds, but not apple seeds.
Oh, okay. I mean, you just assume you can eat the apple, the things that are part of the fruits should be edible.
Right. No. Don't eat apple seeds.
Okay, because of this compound called amidin. It turns into hydrogen cyanide if the seeds are chewed or digested. I know that, there are some trees, I don't know the name, that's quite common in Singapore and here in Asia, like colorful pinkish plants with seeds. We play with them, we can take the seeds and play with them, but you can't, we were told as kids not to swallow them or you will become dumb or we can talk. It's just to stop.
Yeah.
To stop kids from, putting things in their mouth. I don't know.
All right, next one. This one I really is really funny. The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can.
Oh.
Original flavor.
Okay. He must have been obsessed.
Yeah, his family. I think the flavor was not decided by him. The family had came to a decision between them and decided that it had to be the original flavor.
Yes, it makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, I've got one, but let me see. I'm trying to find an extremely funny one, but I haven't. Okay. The little dot. Well, maybe that's not really funny. A little dot above a lowercase I and J actually has a name.
Yeah. What is it?
Okay, that's called diacritic dot. No, sorry, that's small mark. It's called a Tito. Yeah, that was what I find funny. Tito, Titte, Tito.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, but so yeah, the small mark you make over a lowercase I and lowercase j is called a Tito. It's likely a combination of the words tiny and little, since it's just an 18 dots. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess we have to.
Maybe should we just do? Let me think. Should we do two
One
more each?
more.
Or one
Okay.
more each?
One probably.
Okay, one more each. In that case, I'm gonna have to make it a good one. Then let me just see. Let's see. Huh. Let me see.
Ooh.
Well, this is a crazy one. I don't know if it's the best one, but this is. Is this really true? Apparently, that doesn't make sense. I find this hard to believe, but this story here claims that Frank Sinatra was offered the role of Die Hard, the star of Die Hard, when he was in his 70s.
Nah.
That's really hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no. I don't know. Somebody just had nothing to do and spread the crazy news. Fake.
Oh, okay. Apparently, okay. So the story is more complicated. Apparently, he was legally offered it, but there was some kind of like legal arrangement. It's because of the film. Yeah, that's right. So the movie was based on a 1979 novel by Roderick Thorp called Nothing Lasts Forever, and so basically so it was made into a film starring Sinatra, and then when Sinatra signed the contract for making that original film, The Detective, it was in his contract that the studio had to offer him the main part in the sequel. But the sequel, so Die Hard is based on the sequel, so they had to legally offer it to Sinatra, but he was never going to take it. So that's a good one, though.
Yeah, it's a good one, but they actually followed the letter of the contracts.
Yeah,
just to be safe. I guess they don't want to be sued. But it's kind of, well, I mean, knowing full well, I mean, maybe 10 minutes offering it to him, and like, sorry, I'm 70. Unless he was a super fit 70 years old and who could still run around, you know.
Then it'll be hard to believe, you know. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll let you have the next. Found it yet? If you found another one, just find it.
Well, there's only one left. So I don't know. Let me see.
Captain Crunch. Oh no.
Well, I okay. So let me do one more, and you can still keep looking as well. So this one I like because I read a biography once of Genghis Khan. It was really, really fascinating. And so there's a few facts. Well, one of the facts here, though, is that Genghis Khan had so many children that around 16 million people alive today are his direct descendants. Some other things about him are, the National Geographic programs and all sorts of archaeologists have been looking forever for his burial site, but it was hidden so well. When he was buried out in the middle of the Mongolian steppe, the team that, the horse team that was sent to bury him were killed on their return, so that there would be nobody alive that knew where he'd been buried, because it was feared that whoever could find his grave would have too much power, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, he was he to be a cruel ruler?
Well, if you read his biography, it's much more interesting. It's much more interesting than that. Because he unified a group of like warring tribes, really, that were fighting amongst each other for generations and generations, and he unified them and turned them outwards. And instead of fighting each other, they fought with neighboring powers, etc., and ended up creating the greatest empire I think ever created, or the largest ever.
Yeah, we had to study him in school. Obviously I don't remember any of it anyway.
So he has a deserved reputation for brutality, but there were some things that he, like for example, he forbade cruelty to horses. Maybe it was for military purposes, I'm not sure.
No. I guess
anyway, he's a much more interesting character than the general history would have you believe.
Oh, okay. Well,
did you find any more?
That's one. I'm not sure. Space travel makes minds run in loops. Super funny, I guess. That's a poor thing.
Mice seem to run in loops anyway.
Anyway, yeah. So okay, that's one. One more. Come on. One man set a world record by putting on 260 t-shirts at once.
I saw that one. That's a good one. Yeah. They were afraid he might kill himself. They wouldn't be able to breathe because of the weight of the
But he needed help after 20 shirts, apparently.
After 20?
Yeah. So he had help. Yeah, he put on 20 on his own by himself. Right. Yeah. But after that, he needed help from people, from a team. Otherwise, he couldn't put it on anymore. So, yeah.
I wonder what the rules are. Like, I wonder if they all had to go on over his arms and heads, or whether some could be like cut apart and then stitched back together on him, or what. I don't know I wonder what the rules are. I'd have to check that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a Guinness official record, so there would have been a monitor. There would have had to have been a monitor.
Well, apparently it was only just last year that this guy Ted Hastings did it on February 17th, 2019. Let's Google this. And I think we should continue to have more useless facts next week.
I think actually, yeah, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do the animals thing that we just talked about, because that's really interesting. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I think we've done enough for this week. The rest of it's going to be music, some great jazz, blues, and soul for you. And thanks everybody for joining us on Relax Time Radio, 93.25 FM, right here on Radio Thailand in Chiang Mai. So
thank you.
Tomorrow Monday is Women Only with Jacqueline and Meredith. And we'll see you next week.
They should have an interesting tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, see you next week. Thanks, Paul.
Bye. Thanks, Lily.
Bye, and thanks for listening in.